What's up, guys and goddesses? My name is Paris Khalees. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, I'm basically just doing like a cozy, chill, nighttime YouTube video. I wasn't really planning on recording today, but I decided I'm just gonna go ahead and record because I had something on my mind and I felt the urge to record, and I've been wanting to post more on my YouTube channel basically. And I have been feeling the urge to record on my YouTube channel and talk about how I've been feeling lately to get more personal. And plus, I like to do my deep podcasts and my deep talks on my YouTube channel as well, just to get to know me. And I'm also going to be transferring over to YouTube the most, possibly if this is going to be probably like my main thing. So I'm trying to get used to recording YouTube videos and being on camera. So to keep the chill vibes and stuff, to keep like good vibes for myself, I got me some elderberry and lemon balm tea. I would suggest this tea to anybody that just needs to like wind down for the day. If you have stress, this is a really good tea for stress. If you have insomnia, it's a really good tea for insomnia as well. And it's a good flavor because I love elderberry. I love the taste. I've had elderberry juice at this vegan restaurant that I normally go to, and they juice real good. It's like a sea moss elderberry juice. But yes, so basically by the topic today, you can see that I'm basically talking about how it's never too late. You're never too late or never not at the right place at the right time. If that makes sense. So basically, everybody, wherever you are right now in this planet, on this realm, you're exactly where you're supposed to be in life. And a lot of times we question that because we look at time as like, oh, we gotta hurry up and get things done. We look at time all day and we expect a certain part of ourselves to be a certain place for the future. We're so stressed about the future, worried about what's to come, rather than enjoying the present moment, enjoying the now, basically. And I really didn't know what I had wanted to talk about on my YouTube podcast topic today, and I was thinking about it hard as I was like cleaning, and I was like, how have I been feeling? I'm thinking to myself, let me just talk about how I've been feeling. And as of lately, I've been feeling like, well, basically in the time in my life right now from this year, for me, becoming consciously more aware of myself and going through a conscious journey and understanding who I am as an individual person and trying to discover myself and what I like about myself and who I am as an individual, basically, and seeing my growth. I had felt like there's been times where I felt like, man, like, why haven't I, been in a state of where like I can enjoy where I am, not necessarily like that, but just in a state where it's like, how can I accept from the way I used to think? Because I'm like, now that I've changed myself personally, my mindset has changed since I've become conscious. Certain things that I used to like or used to enjoy, I don't enjoy the same way anymore, and there's nothing wrong with that because that means I'm evolving. But having to get comfortable within this change and having to accept that, how am I doing in my basic present moment? And accepting the fact that as of lately, like, I've been trying to do self-discovery and trying to basically recognize like the things that I like to do, basically. For a long time before I became paid attention to being super consciously aware of myself, and before I became consciously aware of me and recognizing that I am the change in my life, I would be prioritized with everything else that's around me. And I still have my moments now where I have to check back in with myself, or try to check back in with myself to get back down to the basis of the ground of, okay, grounding myself in the now and recognizing, okay, where I need to heal, and basically just being within me, basically, and operating within my vessel on this planet. And so it's like, there will be times where it's like I wouldn't even like have had time to even focus on me and discover the things that I like, because I was too busy being everywhere else or doing everything else, either working for hours and being tired, coming home. And now that I'm in a state of trying to recognize how to operate, or learning how to recognize and operate within flow, within myself, and recognizing self-discovery and figuring out the things that I actually like to do for myself. There's times where I kind of get over in my head, and it's like I have to recognize that I am changing. And so I'm making this podcast video for anybody else out there that's feeling the same way. Basically, if you've been feeling like you don't like things the same, and as well, the vibration of the planet is rising as well. So that's another reason why you may be feeling how you feel, because it's time of change, and everybody's spiritual sense is changing. So a lot of different emotions may play out. You might not like the same songs or watching shows and stuff, or eating the same foods and stuff, or doing the same things basically. And as of lately, to kind of help with that, I've been trying to heal parts of myself that's like my inner child, basically trying to get more comfortable talking on camera. Because as a child, I remember I had this little mini, I don't know what those little cameras was called. If I can find it, I'll try to show y'all. But it was like a little camera thing I had, and I would record around the house and pretend like I was like a YouTuber just recording. And I liked to draw as a child. I liked art, basically basic stuff. I like nails, stuff like that. Like, I've been trying to get into doing things that's like my inner child actually likes to do. Or trying to figure out things that even me now, that I've been like, that seems interesting, let me try that. Because I'm in a state of self-discovery and figuring out what I like, and I'm just trying to go with the flow and record myself throughout my journey and my process of showing and seeing what's the things that I actually like to do for myself, and trying to figure out what actually is happening for me. Because we be so busy in every now and day about the things that we don't even have time to focus on our true purpose here on this planet, of why we came here or why we're here as individuals, because we all have a purpose. And it's winter time, and I've been trying to drink teas just to help like with sleeping, feeling better in general, getting more into herbs and stuff. But yes, before I had got into like my true self-discovery, healing journey, I wasn't the type of person to be on social media. I wasn't the type of person to post. As you can see now, I'm still working on talking on camera, getting comfortable talking on camera, but it's cool as well seeing yourself like, excuse me, it's cool as well seeing yourself as you play back the camera and play back the video, seeing yourself from that perspective. And then you be like, oh, I was stressing about nothing, like, before you record and whatnot. And it kind of also helps me with a little bit more self-confidence and trying to get more comfortable talking. Even though I'm talking just to a camera, like, it's still practice. It's still good it's good practice for your throat chakra. So that's another thing too as well. So and also just your overall being and being confident in who you are. And I just feel like it also helps me express myself. And I just remember being a kid and just recording around like the house and stuff, and it kind of just like foreshadowed like what I'm doing now. So certain things that's been trying to help me heal in the process, and doing things that I actually like, and coming into a state of flow basically. But basically before I came into this journey, I wasn't the type of person to record. I wasn't the type of person to do things that I normally would like to do. Because I remember when I was a kid, I liked drawing, but I didn't get deep into it how I felt like I should have. And I was telling myself that the other day, like, man, I kind of wish that I would have started doing certain things this type of way. But that's like, you know, shoulda, coulda, woulda. You can't be like, oh, I shouldn't have started then. There's a reason why you feeling like this now. Like, there's a reason why you feel like, oh, I should have started or felt like this now, because you were in the right place of where you meant to be right now. Like, okay, I'm meant to start it now. That's why I'm having those thoughts in my mind. So don't beat yourself up about necessarily not, if you feel like you're not where you're meant to be, or if you feel like you should have started this project this time, what if I would have did this then? What if you do it now and it be successful now? Or what if you do something now and it makes you happy now, and it becomes a new hobby that actually brings happiness into your life? And so as of lately, I've been, I got back into drawing this year. I haven't just sat down and just drew stuff. Like, I would look at pictures and draw, or I'm trying to get to the point where I'm just kind of freeballing, kind of drawing by myself, having ideas in my head of what I want to draw, and then looking at stuff for inspiration, but still practicing basically just to get more practice, because it just makes me feel better. It gives me something to do during my time. Also, I used to like to read a lot, so I've kind of gotten back into reading more this year as well. And I'm just grateful to be able to feel the way I do, and want to actually like tend to more the things that actually make me happy, rather than being so constantly worried about like what's to come and how it's gonna all come about, because we so caught up in worrying about that. And I notice if I do that to myself, then it's like I'm only self-sabotaging, because then I'm so focused on that I'm not actually enjoying the present moment right now. So with that being said, like, it's just a matter of knowing who you are and accepting where you are right now. Like, even if it isn't exactly where you want to be, it's where you're meant to be to get to where you're supposed to be even farther. Each parts and steps of our life is a process of where we're supposed to be, and I'm trying to recognize that and to accept that, and to accept a state of just flow. And even if you're feeling like stagnant basically in your life, or stagnant in anything that you're doing, it's a reason you're feeling like that. It's a reason. It's giving you time to look within, time to focus on self, time to work towards things that actually make you happy, your creative side, your ambitious side, what things that build that drive for you, especially if you're doing stuff that ain't necessarily aligning to you, or you feel like it's not aligning to you, and you feel like it's not your true purpose, basically. And that's why you may be feeling stagnant. So I've had those moments even currently now, and I decided to record today and just express basically, you know. And I'm glad I did record today, because I wanted to get this message out, because I know there's other people who are feeling the exact same way. And to know that every single time, it don't matter where you are in any state of your life, you're exactly where you're meant to be. And to accept that should give you more of a drive to feel happier in the present, even if it's not exactly where you want to be, because necessarily the change will happen, the change will come as well, because you feel happy within because you'll accept the present and you'll be more accepting of the present rather than focusing too much on the future. But yes, that was basically my message that I wanted to come on YouTube and basically say. I haven't necessarily posted on YouTube in a long time, but I'm gonna keep trying to be as consistent as I can and getting myself out on the camera more. And I just basically had wanted to say that as well because I felt like I just been wanting to be in a state where I'm creating with flow, with whatever makes me happy, just basically doing things that can help alchemize basically my situation, basically change whatever I may be feeling, going through inside internally, because everything comes from within with how you're feeling internally. And basically the more that you work towards accepting the now, accepting the present, is when you will be more aware of the present and more aware of your basic surroundings, more aware of who you are and understanding who you are, understanding what you like. So right now I've just been in a state of just understanding things that I like asking myself basic questions like what colors do I like, what stuff do I like doing, what stuff makes me happy, what stuff have I always wanted to try. And I had seen this TikTok video of this girl where she was singing this song about like millennials and basically telling them like they shouldn't feel any type of way about not being where they want to be because they're at the right moment. But I was like, even people in every generation, because me, you know, I'm not in the millennial category, but anybody that's in any generation be feeling the same way because everything's moving so fast paced, especially with social media. So people are constantly picking up the same trend or this and that. But that's another influence as to why a lot of people aren't necessarily focused on themselves in this present moment and recognizing and being grateful for what they already have and grateful for the fact that they are in this present moment, that they're okay, even though they may not be exactly where they want to be. But once they get away from just focusing on what everybody else is doing and getting in the state of just, okay, where am I at? And being grateful for where I'm at the moment, even though it's being grateful for what you have and what you see that you can be grateful for. And then recognizing, okay, like where else can I go from here? And just accepting the now, basically, and not regretting what you could have done because there was a reason why you weren't thinking the way that you are now back then, basically. So that's what I can basically say to it. I had caught myself thinking that the other day, like I wish I would have started certain things quicker, but then I was like, back then I wasn't even thinking the way I'm thinking now, and that's for a reason. I was thinking about anything else or whatever else I had going on, and there's sometimes reasons why we, like right now I could be thinking about this and there could be something completely different in the future that I could be thinking about, and I have to accept where I am right now in the present because, okay, there's a reason you're thinking like that, so let's work towards that now, basically. So I've been wanting to basically, like right now, as of now, like even back when I was in like school and other places, I wasn't necessarily the type to post on social media. I might post a picture or two, but I wouldn't necessarily be consistently posting. And now it's like, you know, I have my own home, I have my own living space, my own apartment. I'm in my 20s, I'm 20. Now I'm in a state of where it's like, I want to start posting, I want to start putting myself out there, even if I'm not 100% comfortable. I want to start actually getting myself out on social media. And me in the past wouldn't have even thought about me. I mean, I would have had thoughts about it, but it wouldn't have been like necessarily like me straight up in front of a camera just talking and really just recording all the time. Like I was mainly focused on school, mainly focused on graduating college, and focused on getting my degree and becoming a therapist, which I still want to be getting into that, but I've also been thinking about getting into businesses and like becoming an herbalist doctor and like all types of stuff like that. Getting into herbs, getting into growing plants and stuff like that. Becoming more one with nature, especially since I have been really trying to understand nature and get deep within nature in my conscious training. And I'm just basically excited that my mindset is different. I'm actually grateful that my mindset is different, because then I kind of didn't really have a sense of direction, which is normal because most people still don't have a sense of direction. There's a reason why I feel like in life we're not supposed to know everything like how everybody expects it to be. Like, we're not supposed to, especially here on Earth and the planet, we're not necessarily supposed to know exactly every step that's gonna happen along our journey and our path. We just have to accept it as we go. Because if we knew, then it wouldn't be no journey for real. It wouldn't be an actual life path. So we have to accept it now and not be so focused on the future, because then time will pass, even though time isn't necessarily real. But it will pass by and we'll just be like, dang, we didn't really get to focus because we were so focused on this and that, rather than focusing within ourselves and the completeness of who we are, basically. And I just wanted to show y'all, I got my cinnamon incense too as well, to help with the mood. And cinnamon is my favorite, one of my favorite scents. It just brings good feels, good vibes, good tensions, whatever. But that's the only incense I'll probably buy from the incense store. I would think about making my own incense, and like, that's another example. Like, me in the past wouldn't have thought about making my own incense, but it's something I've been thinking about now, because certain scents I don't necessarily like at the stores like that anymore, other than cinnamon. But that's basically what I'm trying to say, is that accept and be grateful for where you are now in order to keep going with the flow of life. And the more that we just move within flow, and rather than trying to control exactly where we are in the present, and just we basically operate from where we are right now, the more things will come. At times in my life where I didn't think like this and I was just going with the flow, things will always fall into place. So I necessarily don't have any worries about that, and I came to make this video for anybody that has been feeling stagnant or anything like that. It was a reason for the seasons, and of course it's going to be a new year or whatnot, to begin to evolve and this and that. And don't feel like, okay, I have to change all this very quick. Just feel like, okay, accept where I am right now, and how can I keep operating in a state of flow from where I am right now, and just being grateful for the now. So that's what I've been mainly focused on, and basically I feel like it's my biggest lesson for this current year. But with that being said, that was my message of the night, and a part of my podcast, and I hope y'all enjoyed my deep message. And I'll be having more deeper talks and stuff. Make sure y'all subscribe, comment, and like. Of course, follow me on my social media platforms. I have Instagram and TikTok as well as YouTube. So make sure y'all subscribe, follow, like, and stay tuned for any of my deep talks, deep podcasts. I'll also be doing vlogs on my channel. But I'm grateful for anybody who stays tuned to my channel. So with that being said, stay tuned to my video.